The creation of the Beatles' Sgt Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band is a landmark event in the history of music, known for its groundbreaking approach to album production and its impact on popular culture. Released on May 26, 1967, the album marked a departure from the band's earlier work and showcased their creative evolution. Here's a detailed account of its making. The concept for Sgt Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band emerged from Paul McCartney's desire to create an alter ego for the Beatles, allowing them to experiment with new musical styles and ideas without the constraints of their established image. The idea was to produce a concept album that would take listeners on a journey, much like a performance by a fictitious band. Recording sessions for the album began on November 24, 1966, at Abbey Road Studios in London, with George Martin as the producer. The sessions continued until April 21, 1967. The Beatles, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr worked closely with Martin, pushing the boundaries of studio technology and creative expression. Sgt Pepper is renowned for its innovative production techniques, many of which were pioneering at the time. Multitrack recording. The use of 4-track recording allowed the band to layer multiple instruments and vocals, creating rich, complex arrangements. This was especially significant for songs like A Day in the Life, which required extensive overdubbing. Tape loops and sound effects. The Beatles and Martin experimented with tape loops, reverse recording, and sound effects to enhance the album's psychedelic atmosphere. For instance, the opening track features audience noises and orchestral tuning to mimic the ambience of a live concert. Orchestration. George Martin's classical training was instrumental in arranging the orchestral parts for several tracks. The avant-garde orchestration in A Day in the Life is a notable example, featuring a dramatic crescendo played by a 40-piece orchestra. Electronic instruments. The use of electronic instruments, such as the mellotron, used in Strawberry Fields Forever, which was recorded during the same sessions but released as a single, and the synthesizer, added new textures to the music. The sitar and tambura played by George Harrison on Within You Without You introduced Indian classical music elements. Each track on Sgt Pepper contributes to the album's eclectic and innovative nature. Sgt Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The title track introduces the concept of the fictitious band and sets the stage for the album. With a little help from my friends, sung by Ringo Starr, this song emphasizes themes of camaraderie and support. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Known for its vivid, surreal imagery, it exemplifies the psychedelic influence on the album. Getting Better reflects optimism and personal growth. Fixing a Hole explores themes of self-expression and individuality. She's Leaving Home, a poignant narrative about a young girl leaving home, featuring a string arrangement. Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, inspired by a 19th-century circus poster, this track uses unconventional sound effects to create a carnival atmosphere. Within You Without You, written by George Harrison, it delves into spiritual and philosophical themes with Indian instrumentation. When I'm 64, a nostalgic, music hall-inspired song about aging and companionship. Lovely Rita, a playful song about a meter maid, showcasing whimsical lyrics. Good Morning features complex time signatures and brass instrumentation. A Day in the Life, the album's grand finale, combining John Lennon's introspective verses with Paul McCartney's upbeat middle section and culminating in an orchestral crescendo. The album's iconic cover, designed by Peter Blake and Jan Howarth, features the Beatles dressed as the Sgt Pepper's Band, surrounded by a collage of famous figures from history and culture. The vibrant and detailed cover art became as legendary as the music itself, contributing to the album's status as a cultural milestone. Sgt Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band was met with critical acclaim upon its release and is often cited as one of the greatest albums of all time. It won 4 Grammy Awards in 1968, including Album of the Year, and has since been recognized for its artistic achievements and influence on the music industry. The album's innovative approach to production, songwriting, and conceptual coherence set new standards for popular music. It inspired countless artists and bands to explore new creative possibilities, marking a turning point in the evolution of rock and pop music. Sgt Pepper remains a timeless masterpiece, celebrated for its bold experimentation and enduring impact on music and culture. There are thousands of great videos like this on the channel. Please take a look. Please share and subscribe, or visit the Bonswivit channel on eBay, which has over 250,000 rare and collectible items listed.